And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast of Sports with your host, Jay Pops. Guys, we got OE in the building. I told y'all that I was going to come with some more things now, baby. We got OE in the building. As you can see, I done learned how to share my screen finally. Man, we on this Zoom call, and you know what? I didn't learn how to change the filter. Oh man, I'm lit. I'm pumped. Now, of course, all of this will change when I learn how to really play with it. But let's go ahead and do this thing, man. Let's jump on into it. Eat. So first off, how was your 4th of July weekend, dude?
Spent time with the family, man. You know, nothing major. Went out, got some flowers with my son. Had family down, lit up the grill, took the boat out, you know. That's about it. What about you, man? How was your wonderful 4th of July?
Well, you know what? I went over to my father-in-law house, and they barbecued also, so I didn't have to worry about standing behind the grill this year. However, I say that. Went over there, man. I already knew that he was going to tell me to take a couple shots. I tried to bring my own shot glasses. He didn't let me do it. He pulled out his own shot glass.
It was
Gave
up.
me and my wife some, and by the time I knew it, man, I think I took about 3 or 4 shots, man. So it was a really good weekend with the family. Just chill. It's just hot, man. It's hot in Houston, Texas. I'm sorry.
Boy, it's hot everywhere.
And
Everywhere.
oh, boy. But other than that, I didn't get a chance to either see the fireworks, nor did I get a chance to pop them this year. So I really do hate that one. So other than that, man, I am counting down the days, you know, until the Aggie football kicks off, man. So let's go ahead and dive right on into it. So we're gonna start off with the tweet that got put out there by Mr. E. Crenshaw. Now, for those who wants to go and actually look at it on their Twitter, you know, please make sure that you guys follow Mr. E. Crenshaw here. But man, we're gonna go look at this. And I hope I can find the tweet, you know, because now I'm sitting there searching for it, but it's a tweet that old E put out there for a lot of y'all to see. And it was Evan Stewart in 2023 5-star wide receiver Johntay Cook. Man, they was going at it. I mean, boy, they was hammering each other, just going at it crazy. So, of course, I'm not gonna do the sound on this thing, but as you can see right there, man, Johntay Cook, Evan Stewart, they go to the same guy. And I believe that he's based in Dallas, Texas, I believe. But they go to the same guy. Well, some of the same guys, all right? And this is basically how Johntay Cook became a 5-star wide receiver. How Evan Stewart became a 5-star wide receiver. They work on their technique. A lot of y'all have to understand that this is why I wanted Johntay to come to Texas A&M, but then again, that's the reason why a lot of people wanted Evan Stewart to come to Texas. Now, if Johntay would have came to Texas A&M, I'm not gonna lie to you, that would have been pretty much the cheat code right there. All right. I hate that Demond Demons left because this receiving core undoubtedly would have been one of the best in the nation so far as raw talent is concerned. And it would have put a lot of people on some skates, man. But hey, man, we'll get into that in the back of the podcast. All right. So E, go ahead and break down what all you seen in this video. Tell me what you think about it, everything, because everybody had to say on this.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I mean, you just see some athletes, some guys, some dogs, both of them dogs. You got to give it to them. You got 2 5-stars, best at their position. He came out, he was one. Cook's coming out this year, he's one. I mean, just tremendous athletes. They both practice, they're both determined. They was just going at it, man. Just good fun. It's a rivalry. A&M, Texas, you know, Texas soon to join the SEC. So it's going to be something to see. Of course, Johntay is a little bit more jazzy. Talking about he gonna get Evan to transfer, yada yada yada. Evan don't want to be at A&M. Then he started talking about A&M's offense, how Evan didn't sign to A&M to catch 14 balls a year. So, I mean, it got pretty chippy, man. But at the same time, it was all respect, and you can just tell it's two athletes going at each other. So, it was great to see. Great sportsmanship. No disrespect. They're working out together. They're getting better together. But at the end of the day, one putting on orange, one putting on maroon. But that's all I can say.
Yeah, and you ain't lying about that, man. And look, I will say this about these two little young studs, man. And I heard them talking. I seen the full video. And if you guys want to, please go on YouTube, check out Johntay Cook's videos. I believe that's where it was, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, it's on. I think it's on both of their YouTube channels. So
okay. So
it should be rather easy to find, but if not, I'll send you the link to post in the bio.
Oh, make sure y'all check that out, man. It'll support those young fellas' YouTube pages as well. But like you say, man, one of them. So I'm not gonna say that they're the same. Of course, they're not the same. All right, these two different, totally athletes coming out, different classes. What's ironic? One is class 2022, other one class 23. That's freaking crazy to me. I don't think and to be honest, I don't think I've seen this happen before, where Texas and Texas A&M split on two of the best wide receivers back-to-back classes. Like you say, man, Evan Stewart is more polished. He's a very, very polished wide receiver. And when I saw him in some of his highlights last year, man, you can see where Evan Stewart, he'll break down on his routes. But while he's breaking down on his routes, his footwork is not stopping. So if any of you all watched spring game, in which I know y'all did, you can clearly see that Evan Stewart was a problem. All right. Now, so far as the quarterback goes, so far as like throwing the ball and stuff like that, I'll need everybody to go back and watch Haynes King throw the ball. The wind caught some of that ball, all right? I'm going to be real about that one. The wind caught some of that ball, but at the same time, it wasn't an accurate ball at all. Evan Stewart went up. Of course, I heard a lot of this. Oh, man, that was against a backup defensive back, practice squad defensive back, blah, 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 blah. Still, he made the catch. A lot of guys ain't going to make that catch. All right? Listen to me when I say this. Once again, a lot of guys ain't going to make that catch. When he made the catch, he went up, got it, stayed in bounds. That's why he was a solidified 5-star wide receiver. Understand what I'm telling you. Evan is a once-in-a-generation type of wide receiver.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So it's definitely going to end up on if we're going to mold him right. All right, so now we're going to get into it. What do I see in a wide receiver pool? All right, and we're going to go and we're going to look at a couple of these wide receivers, all right? And we're going to talk about some other things as well. But, man, we're going to go in here. We're going to look at a couple of these wide receivers. Just so you guys know, these are our targets for 2023. And we're just going to go and look at the wide receiver. So I'm going to click on the name. Zachariah Branch. First and foremost, I'm going to tell you like this here. If you're a USC fan, you better watch that video. All right? Because from my understanding and from what I'm looking at, you already know where I'm going with this. You know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, man.
I think we might snatch him. All right. But of course, we're gonna see. But I think we might snatch him. And from the looks of it, I'm looking at USC wide receiver room. That thing says 19 wide receivers on roster.
Ain't no way you want to go out there.
I don't think I've ever saw that before, ever.
I mean, considering Lincoln Riley took half the roster from OU out there, I mean, I guess the SC boys going to make their decision on transferring out after summer workouts, hoping that they can stay on the depth chart. I doubt it.
Or something, man.
Hey, if they want to hang around, hang out.
Yeah,
do what you got to do.
Man, that's a lot of wide receivers in that room, man. I'm like you, like I'm not 19.
That's enough for offense. That's enough for offense and defense, and still have 4 or 5 left over.
Exactly. So I do believe this is maybe why Zachariah Branch may be looking into Texas A&M just a little bit more. I know it's because of Bobby Taylor and what he's been able to do, but it's also because of these guys here I'm about to mention. All right. So this is the wide receiver pool going into 2022. All right. And I just went to 247 recruiting because it gives you a list of like pretty much all the wide receivers that are on our depth chart at the moment. Now, of course, some of these guys ain't going to come up if they're walk-on, stuff like that, but it gives you a firm look at what's to come here. So the seniors for this year, Ezekiel Jones, or Hezekiah Jones, however you pronounce it. Look, I would say this, and I know a lot of people gonna bash me for this. You might bash me too, man, but that's all right. We're gonna get your opinion on it. I believe Hezekiah Jones is sneaky good this year. I don't know how good, but I believe he's sneaky good to where he's a possession wide receiver. And you're going to see a lot of first downs come on his yards out the catch.
I can rock with that. I mean, because the times he was active, he was a possession receiver. They went to him a lot on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8. And a lot of times he wasn't in on 1st and 2nd down, and he'll come in on the 3rd down package. So I think he'll be a possession receiver. And I'm kind of high on Preston. I think Preston is going to shock a lot of people.
I do too.
I mean, because I think last year probably the most confident and healthy as he's been since he's been at A&M. Mm-hmm. Last year, he kind of started kind of iffy, but the LSU game and the game before that, he was starting to turn the corner. So maybe he'll come on around the corner this season.
I honestly believe that he's earned a starting spot.
Oh yeah.
He's coming in with by far some of the most experience. Ain't no some. He's by far coming in with the most experience.
Yeah.
Same thing with Hezekiah Jones. He's got the most experience. He even played when we was playing Clemson those first 2 years. Yes, he was here. He was here. He's just been so hurt. He's been so banged up. Anaya Smith, I'm sorry, man. It's nothing to say about Anaya Smith.
He gonna do what he gonna do. That's all you can say.
Yeah, I don't understand what everybody needs to know about him. Plus, he's the leader of the wide receiver team. Matter of fact, he's the leader of the entire offense. All right. So I mean, it's nothing to say on that. So now we move to the next set, which is the juniors. So Kenyon Jackson, a guy that's very, very underrated. Very underrated. He can be something. I just believe at this point he's fighting for playing time.
Yeah.
You know, we don't get a chance to see him much, but we do know what he can do because he's been in like 2 spring games already. But that's all you've seen him play.
Yeah.
I always put it into my mind that these guys have to be sticking around for something. They know something that we don't know, and they're just going to stick it out, wait the turn. All right, same thing, Jalen Preston. Like I say, Ezekiel Jones has been a starter, bro. That's what's crazy to me. Ezekiel Jones has literally been a starter for like ever since Jimbo Fisher's been.
He get hurt, come back from injury, back on the field.
Yeah, and that's it. And until this day, he's still on the roster. He doesn't want to leave. Doesn't want to leave at all. So moving on to the next guy, Chase Lane, Jr. as well. Now, a lot of people, it's like a 50-50 on Chase Lane. And I understand why. You know what I mean? But you go back to that 2020 season. Chase Lane had a hell of a season, dude. When I tell you he caught almost everything Kellen Mond threw to him on third down alone.
Yeah. He was definitely the security blanket for Kellen.
Wow.
I agree.
I mean, a true security blanket, man. And now you have an upgrade over Kellen Mond, not to, shoot no shots at Kellen Mond because I was a Kellen Mond fan. But now you have a better upgrade, but a quarterback room, but everything than even Zach Calzada. I mean, let's go ahead and keep it real. You got a Haynes King, you got a Max Johnson, you got a Connor Wingman. That's just going to lay the ball on. I will say this about Jimbo Fisher ever since he's been here. It isn't the quarterback that was in that room, including Kellen Mond, that can tell me that they threw the deep ball accurate.
I would more so with Kellen. Kellen had a great deep ball. Kellen had receivers that couldn't catch or that was struggling to catch the ball.
True.
It was multiple occasions Kellen hit receivers in the hands, balls hit the ground.
That's true.
You can't. I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to say. In defense to the receiver corps, in the last 3 to 4 years of A&M, we have not had a consistent passer of the ball.
Nope.
In their defense, I'll say that.
Nope.
It was like
right.
It was like 1 week the quarterback on, and the receiver can't catch. Then the next week the receiver's catching the ball, but the quarterback making errant throws.
Yeah.
We never could really put it together every week.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way I look at it. But now you got elite in the quarterback room. We have no excuses.
Yeah, that is true. That's very, very true. And it's crazy that you say that, man, because I look at it and like you say, we can't put it all on the receivers, and some of them, man, we can't put it all on the quarterback.
Yeah.
But I look at that. And it's talking about this meeting will end in 10 minutes. I cannot believe it. But that's fine, man. We'll cram all this into the 10 minutes and we'll come back with another one. But I look at that and you look at the 2019 year. Let's just go back to 2019. So we played Clemson. That was one of the first big dogs. We played them. I looked at that entire game. And Kellen Mond must have overthrew. I don't know how many wide receivers in that game. I mean, literally, man, they was wide open down the field. So when people say Jimbo offense is outdated, come on, man, give me a break. Jimbo just hasn't had the quarterback.
Yeah, I was just about to say Jimbo just hadn't had his quarterback.
Yeah. To specifically stand in there and deliver in the pocket.
Yeah.
So wide open wide receiver, man, just wide open, just boom, here you go. And they take off with it. So I believe this year we are going to get that. But go ahead and say what you're going to say.
Oh, I wasn't about to say that. I was just confirming and agreeing with what you were saying.
Mm-hmm. I got you. So,
but yeah, I will jump in on that. I was at that game. I mean, Kellen had, who was that? 14, he transferred.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Buckley. Buckley was open on multiple occasions in that game. Kendrick, 13. I remember one play, it was almost like a Seattle where you got 2 outs. I mean, you got two streaks, and you got the inside receiver Z running a post. Kendrick, as soon as Kendrick cut, he was running wide open, no safety up top. Kellen overthrew him by a mile. And a lot of those balls were just layup balls, man. I mean, you look at Jimbo's offense and then you rewind and look at the quarterbacks he had that made his offense prolific. Mm-hmm. We haven't had a quarterback even close to the caliber of Jameis Winston. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I feel like with Wayman, we got it. I feel like Max Johnson is good too. I ain't gonna knock Max, even though he came from LSU. I'm gonna keep it 100. Max didn't. 27 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's not bad considering the team he was on. So now you bring him and put him with the talent that Jimbo has already recruited. Mm-hmm. That looks like a perfect situation. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that I think that Max Johnson is going to be the starter. That just means I'm comfortable with Max. I'm comfortable with Haynes or Wayman. It really don't matter who play quarterback to me right now. It's like we got dogs. Let's go. Whoever's strapping up, or whoever come out QB1, let's roll.
And that's the first time in a long time where we can honestly sit back and say, well, man, I'm not worried. Jimbo, just pick one. Because I believe if Max Johnson get in there, you're gonna see a lot of deep balls being thrown.
Oh, for sure.
I believe if Connor is in there, you're gonna see a lot of deep balls being thrown. Haynes, a lot of deep balls being thrown. He worked that so much to an emphasis in that spring game where I think people paid attention to it, but since it was no connections on a deep ball, like we all had wanted to see, that's why people bash us like that. You know what I mean? In which, hey, man, it is what it is. It makes sense. But the one thing that you can't deny is that Jimbo Fisher knows where he's lacking. He's lacking on deep ball success. He wants to be explosive.
Oh, yeah.
I believe in his mind, and I believe in Darryl Dickey's mind. They both believe that now they finally got the product to start taking some deep shots.
I remember
some people on the head.
Yeah. I remember Jimbo making a comment in the post-game press. Somebody was saying, why don't we take shots? Why don't we throw the ball deep? Jimbo said, I got to do what my quarterback's comfortable doing. I gotta call my plays according to my quarterback. I can't be out here with a quarterback that can throw the ball on a dime 20 yards and expect him to throw a 55-yard bomb to somebody and hit him in the hands. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, Jimbo, and the way that he said it was very respectful. He didn't take a shot at the quarterback. But it's like everybody calling for his offense to be this, but he got his hands tied because he got a guy that can't run his offense till its full potential.
Yeah. It is what it is. So, like I said once before, I believe Jimbo finally has his quarterback that he was, he had been looking for. And I believe he has his wide receivers. Musa Muhammad III, one of them. Devin Price, playing time, in my opinion. You Keith Brown is another. Jimbo Fisher went out and got him from Miami area. Evan Stewart went out and snatched him from under Texas rug and Florida rug. To be honest with you, Chris Marshall, he was going to come to A&M anyways. It wasn't no other place that was leaning
I'm
on my
excited to
shoulder.
see that guy. I'm very excited to see him.
I am too. And this another one, very quiet, under the radar. And this is how he likes it. This is how he likes it because he was trained to be that way. Noah Thomas. You won't hear from him. Noah Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
Your 4-star wide receiver, Noah Thomas. You will not hear from him.
Nah, he's quiet, very quiet. Silent assassin.
Yeah, silent. Very silent. He reminds me of somebody on defense that also committed in 2022 class, Jared Kerr. You're not going to hear from him. Nope. They don't talk like that, man. Jared Kerr, underrated. I don't believe he'll be a starter this year. Noah Thomas, very underrated. Don't believe he'll be a starter this year. I say that to say this here with full confidence. Both of those guys are willing to wait their turn, but you can best believe that they finna put in work. They finna push everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So,
definitely.
Man, we got about 3 more minutes left in this thing. What else you want to talk about, man? You got anything else before we get up out of here?
Man, I just want to call out a few people. Can we hit the transfer portal, please? Can you click that?
Transfer portal?
Yeah, right there.
All right. What we going to?
Just
FBS transfers or ladies?
We want to see the rankings on the transfer portal. The classes.
Okay. What you looking at?
You might just be able to click transfer portal. Like if you just click it at the top, it might just go there.
All right, yeah, there you go. Is it?
Should have a ranking.
Get on the right thing.
Yeah. Go to. All right, now click school.
Click school.
School.
See, it's just gonna go to the school.
So all right. Basically what I was gonna do was call out all these coaches that were crying about the transfer portal. Ole Miss, I think they in the top 10. USC number 1. Alabama in the top 5.
Right. Oh, look. We can see it on this side.
On the right side. All right, scroll up. Okay. So USC, Ole Miss, imposter, Lane Kiffin, the crybaby. LSU, we ain't gonna talk about Brian Kelly. He ain't done nothing to us yet. Oklahoma, Alabama, Nick Saban, man, that is an imposter. Sark, I don't know what to say about Sark. We got Nebraska, South Carolina. We got them, UCLA. Hey, I want to shout out my boy, Big Sam in Arkansas. I see you recruiting, but we coming for you.
Yeah, we are.
We ain't forgot about last year. We coming for you. We see you making noise, but we on you. We coming.
Yeah, we definitely coming. So
yes, sir. We gotta get
like
that.
You say, man. What's crazy is that, man, let's talk about this. So, real quick, in a 1 minute segment. So you got number 1 USC, 20 goddamn commitments. You will never see that in the transfer portal ever again.
Never.
I say that. Now, I believe Lane Kiffin, he will stay in there because he came out with that comment and said, oh, we're going to have to put the luxury tax on Texas A&M and blah, 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 because, we really what he was trying to say is that, man, we really can't recruit.
We can't compete with it.
All right, we can't compete with recruiting. LSU, okay, I understand why he done it. New coach. Oklahoma, understand why he done it.
New coach.
Texas, I believe the deal with them was that when Sark left, he knew that it was going to be a lot of people after that first year that was going to leave Alabama that was ultimately going to give him a phone call. I honestly believe that. He knew that was going to happen. And he sat there and he waited. So Alabama crazy. Them folks only got 5 commitments and they're number 6. Nebraska, man, Nebraska's just trying to find their way. UCLA, 13 commits. Okay,